everyone! Today I want to talk about Cress by Marissa Meyer. So Cress is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series. It follows Crescent or Cress, who is a retelling of Rapunzel. And instead of being trapped in a really tall tower, she is trapped in a satellite orbiting Earth. She is an extremely talented hacker, and so she has been basically selected to be the Queen's spy. So she's kind of begun to hate being a spy for the bad guys. And so Cinder and the rest of the gang come to break her out, and then the journey in Cress begins. This book was phenomenal. Absolutely awesome. It's my favorite out of the three so far, and I loved the book. I started it one day and finished it the next. I read 300 pages in one day, over 300 pages, and I felt like I had a hangover. And it was just, oh wow, it was so good. So good. The pacing of the story was so brilliantly done. There was never a dull moment, ever. And there was always something where you had to ask, like, how is it going to work out? You know it's not going to work out perfectly because there's still like half of a book left, and there's always going to be something to jump in to see how Cinder and Cress and the rest of the gang are going to basically get out of the situation. And it was so gripping. It was so good. And what I really liked about this book is that I wouldn't say it followed the main fairy tale precisely, but there was an aspect to the story that had a lot to do with the original Grimm's fairy tale story, and I thought that was super cool. I honestly don't know how much I can say without getting into spoilers, because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about that is spoilery, and I don't know really what else to talk about that doesn't contain a spoiler. So those of you who have not read the book, see you later, go read the book and then come back. And those of you who have read the book, let's get into the spoileries. So Cress. Oh, I really liked Cress as a character. I loved how obsessed she was over Captain Thorn. And I talked about in my Scarlet book talk how I didn't like how their relationship, Scarlet and Wolf's relationship, was kind of insta-lovey. And while Cress is insta-lovey in a taste, it's more of like a fangirl love, and I think it's just so funny how she's been locked in this satellite most of her life, and so naturally what she does is she like snoops into people's lives, and she's fallen for Captain Thorn and has seen these moments where he's heroic, and she just idolizes him so much. And when they go to rescue her and Thorn's the one to go down to the satellite, oh, it was so frustrating because I knew I didn't know how they were going to get out of it, because Thorn's a little useless at this moment in battle, and they're falling to Earth. She's just kind of like, oh my god, he's here, and it was just so funny and scary at the same time because they kind of think that they're going to die. And then the desert. What was really cool is that, I don't know if you know, but the original Rapunzel story, the evil queen, or the witch, or whatever you want to call her, she cuts off Rapunzel's hair and then casts her out into a desert and has to try and the prince or whatever has to try and find her. I don't remember exactly how it all happened, but it took me until after they got out of the desert to realize, oh my gosh, that was so close to the original story, not in like context wise, but she thought it through. They didn't choose to go to Africa for no apparent reason, which I thought was awesome. I love it when authors think things through. And then Thorne's blinded. I really, really hope that the medication that Dr. Erland made works, because I don't want him to be blind the rest of the series. That would suck. But I felt really bad for Cress though when Thorne kind of debunked her heroic theories about him, while she just didn't point out the fact that the entire story he's been a hero. Without him being there with her, I don't think she would have made it on Earth. And the sass between them was so funny, so great. Like on the ship when she's, or on the satellite after it crashes, when she's all like looking at the sky and like, it's such a gorgeous blue color, and he's like, yeah. I really did not like Wolf and Scarlet in this book. Not that I don't like them as characters, I just felt that, I don't know, it was frustrating. I mean, I feel bad that Scarlet was taken, but the way Wolf reacted, it all has to do with how insta-lovey it was in Scarlet. It's not believable to me, and he was so susceptible to be controlled, and it was such a big obstacle for the rest of the group to try and overcome, because how are they going to know that it'll be okay with Wolf around if there's a lunar that turns up or not? I'm really excited to see how Winter develops. She's so creepy. She is, like, she's insane. She's clinically insane. The parts where we got to see her, the stuff she said, it was so chilling and creepy, and I don't even know how to explain it, but we know it's because she hasn't used her powers since she was 12, and I'm assuming she's probably like 18 or so 6 years, and it's really taken a toll on her mind, and I wonder how they're going to be able to interact with her. And she's smart. We know she's smart, and I think that she's going to want to help Scarlet now that she's in her little menagerie. Oh, she's so creepy. She's so creepy. That little boy that tortured Scarlet, oh my gosh, he's terrifying. I felt so bad for her. The stuff he did to her was just horrible, horrible, horrible. And then she lost a pinky. Oh my god. And then Cinder. Oh my gosh, Cinder. I really enjoyed all the training that she did, trying to make her mind more powerful so she could control people, but she still struggles with it because she doesn't want to be like Levana. And then when she tortured Sybil, oh, that was so scary, but she deserved it. But the fact that she could just get into her mind and just twist it and make her go insane enough to just throw herself off of the roof, that was crazy, crazy. And then Cress and Thorne in that scene where he just like sweeps her up and kisses her because they think they're gonna die, and then they're all like back to back, and she's swinging the cane and then guiding his hand to where he can shoot, and I could just picture that looking so cool in a movie or a TV show. That scene was just... And you'd think that the chapters with Thorne and Cress in the desert would be boring, just that whole like walking deal, but they were so intriguing. I really liked those chapters because I liked getting into their minds and seeing how they were feeling. And Thorne is so smart. I didn't realize that you shouldn't ration water. You should just drink what you need to drink. And then the end with Cinder and Kai. I can't believe he couldn't figure out what she was getting at when she was trying to tell him about the princess. And she's all like, she may not be who you were expecting, and she's a cyborg, and he's like, is she okay? Where is she? Is it that blonde girl? Is it the redheaded girl? And Cinder's like, it's me. He's like, oh. And then the kiss. I think Cinder and Kai's relationship is the most realistic, and I can't wait to see their relationship develop in winter. I'm so excited. So excited. I read the book so freaking fast that I'm like trying to pull stuff out of my brain that I want to talk about still. Oh, yeah. The fact that Dr. Erland was Cress's father, when we found that out, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for them to be reunited. And then they're reunited and he dies. That scene was so sad. It just got my heart all, and he's telling her that, kind of slowly, that he's her father, and she's just kind of like, I should have told him that I loved him. And the fact that she didn't really know him, neither of them knew each other, but she just felt so like, I should have told him that I loved him, even though technically she didn't really love him because she didn't know him. And then that scene with him and Lavana, and oh, he was so strong, but it was so sad the way he just crumbled. I didn't really think about leptosis, what's the word, mutating? I never thought about that happening, but now it's so scary that a lunar could get it. So anyone could become victim to it. And the way he died so quickly, it's almost impossible to catch it in time to cure it if you don't have the cure right there, like on your body. I wonder who we're going to lose in the next book, because we've lost someone in each book. I mean, we've lost Peony, we lost Scarlet's grandma, and we lost Dr. Erland. Anyway, I don't know what else I want to say about this, except that I really, really loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. If I could give it more, I would have. It was just so good. I didn't find anything wrong with it at all. So it was just so, so good. And I can't wait for winter to come out. And I'm kind of glad that I waited a little while to read it, because I wouldn't want to wait over a year for the book. I think it comes out in November, so I'm just super excited. Super excited for it to come out. So I guess that's all for this Cress book talk. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite part of the books or of Cress was, and I will talk to you all soon in my next video. Bye. Where's the button? So, I was stupid and forgot to talk about Aiko. I was so happy that Thorn thought to bring that escort droid back for her. I didn't realize how realistic, is that? Yeah, how realistic some of the androids were. And I was so happy that she finally got a body. And then Wolf had to go and get controlled and ruin it. That was disappointing. And also, I love that Cress likes to sing opera, and that Thorn loves to listen to her. I think it is so, so adorable, and it just made my heart melt. And the scene where she's in the bathtub and he's still blind and he kind of like is leaning on the door, in the doorway, and just, I don't know if she was singing there, but I thought that was really funny how she's like, I'm naked. He's like, I know, don't rub it in. Alright, I'm done now.